Hello, 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 everyone. It's me, Rebel Trader, and welcome back to Whose Deck Is It Anyway? The show where all the cards are made up and the points don't matter. We've got a fun one today. Thrawn Mirror. But they're different versions of Thrawn. We got DarthDimmadome here playing Thrawn with Data Vault, which looks interesting, and we've got Beton playing the Thrawn with blue. So both these players had the opportunity to resubmit lists after the Django ban, but neither of them elected to change anything. Some of the other players did, and we'll have those lists up later today. There's one person that had a scheduling conflict, so they haven't gotten their list in just yet. But once they do, I'll post all the new lists. We got some fun new ones, and these are some fun old ones. It's Thrawn green. It's got a lot of the when defeat stuff in play, like the Val, Desperate Commando, Cobb Vanth, Landing Shuttle at lower costs, Sierra. This is mono blue Thrawn, and it's running a bit less of the when defeated stuff, but I mean it's still got and only one Chimera also looks like, but 3 Snoke, 3 Avenger, 3 Super Laser Blast, 3 Vigilance. Might be going for a bit of a mill strategy, but he's also got other win conditions, and the mill's gonna be hard into this 60 card data vault if that really is his plan. So let's get into it. All right. All right. Yeah, those data vault decks can take some time to load in the mod. All right. I'm gonna be making a video at some point, either today or tomorrow, about new things to play in the coming format. And Thrawn's on my list of like things to watch out for. So I'm excited to see how these two players play him, because I haven't practiced a ton with him, but he's with the meta becoming more open, you got to start looking at things. All right, it looks like Darth is going to start us off here with the Krennic. But Beton's got the Pershing, which might be better. Beton can't ramp, though, and Darth did pick up his Super Laser. Unfortunately, Thrawn doesn't let you double trigger the Super Laser, which, I wish it would. Like, you get to turn something else into a resource. But because the Super Laser uses itself, feels weird. All right. Krennic is going to go to base here, interestingly. I probably would have attacked Pershing, personally. Because if this Pershing gets too many draws off, like, that could be nasty. All right, 2 cost for the Super Laser because of the Krennic discount. And Beton is thinking about not playing anything. Like, yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have anything to play. He could power the dark side, but that just defeats the Super Laser, which is kind of counterproductive. And so he gets initiative. He's going to have a massive Childson if he so chooses. But first, going to get a card draw. And, here, if Krennic had gone into Pershing last round, Pershing could be dead by now. Or he could die on this action. Love to see Data Vault get explored more. I recognize that name, Levi Ponce. Were you one of the Luke Data Vault players at Denver? All right, Vigilance coming down. Not the Childson, and it looks like he is going to be going for Mill. We'll see if he can get through the 60 card Data Vault deck. 4, 5, and 6. You're not too disappointed to see those things go. Like 2 resupplies. Some of the, I mean, losing a Barrage does hurt. CR90 kind of hurts, but overall, I think you're fine with us. All right, and Super Laser again going to base. I guess, like, I mean, he's got Cobb out, and Cobb can snipe Pershing here, so might as well get some extra pressure on there. Beton is sort of like not playing anything that could potentially let the Super Laser trigger here, but eventually he's gonna have to make a play. All right, and it looks like Super Laser, he's not even going to go for it this round. Just going to kill that Pershing with it. Yes, you were. Okay, congrats, Levi. Or Levy, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. All right, Cobb also going to go to base. That's 9 damage now. Nice lead for Darth. All right. Takedown. Gonna kill that client. And now we're on to the mutual Thrawn flip turn. That Super Laser still sticking around. I wonder if Ben's even going to deploy. Like, he's like, I'm just going to keep you off that Super Laser for the entire game. All right. In terms of other things, he's got Chimera, which can come out heal 4 using this Onyx. He can also just drop a CR90 and maybe go for Chimera next round. On Darth's side, he really needs to get the Super Laser off to have a play. Otherwise, he's just going to be attacking with... He's got nothing to do, right? He's only on 6 resources. He's just having to play Maul. All right, Ben does decide to deploy. And that means the Super Laser finally gets the trigger. This is going to be a nice Maul to clear the Beton Thrawn. Also happens to see the couple overwhelm in there. Darth is out to a pretty nice lead over Beton, who Beton, by the way, was, I think, top 4, maybe in 2nd place at the Milan sector. So he's a very good player. I think a previous finalist in the league. I don't know if he has a title, though. He might. All right, Perilous is going to take out that Maul right away. All right, the CR90. CR90 can start healing a lot here. It'll do 4 to base, heal 2, and then Chimera can potentially double trigger it to heal 8 next turn. It's like a mini redemption. And it looks like it looks like Darth is going for... Okay, so Darth goes for the landing shuttle instead of playing Reinforcement Walker. And Beton finally plays this child son as a 6/6. Is Darth thinking about like playing Cobb Vanth over the other one to double trigger the search ability? He might be. But now Beton's got a really nice board state here. And it's going to be even nicer when he starts to heal next turn. Because this child son's going to be difficult to out. The space arena is obviously very formidable. All right, yeah, so there's that Cobb Vanth. And that's going to be double triggered with Thrawn. Beton meet Avastator in Milan final. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Beton was a finalist. And Avastator is also a previous winner of the league. All right, first Cobb trigger finds an Onyx Squadron Brute. And second Cobb trigger finds Desperate Commando. Desperate Commando is really interesting with Thrawn because it can also be double triggered to give something -2. -2. All right, Beton takes initiative. And here come those cheap units. Darth has Avenger in hand, which, I mean, once he clears the board, this can start getting nasty. He is on 9 resources now. Beton also has his own Avenger, but he's only on 8. Beton also has a Snoke here, which Snoke seems pretty nice if he can get it down. All right. Darth making a push for damage. Beton is just sort of walking in there with his space units. And he's almost caught up. 9 health remaining for Darth, because remember he has the extra 3 from Data Vault. And okay, Thrawn is going to be double triggered here, it looks like. Which tees up a Snoke nicely for Darth. All right, counter Snoke from Beton. Sorry, I forgot who was playing for a second. All right, you got to be careful about this Cobb trigger because the Snoke might auto-kill one of these things. Val is a valid target. Krennic would die instantly. And this pilot would also die instantly, I believe. So it pretty much has to be Val. Beton is a Polish word for concrete. That makes sense because Beton is a solid player. That's interesting. All right, there's the Snoke from Darth, which means Thrawn can walk into the base, leaving Beton with only 1 health left. And, I mean, he's got ways to get more, but he is going to have to use them. The double Snoke is kind of crazy. Devastator picked up from Darth, which could be game-changing. All right, is that going to be Chimera? Yep, Chimera, double trigger. Is it only heal 3? I thought it was heal 4. Yeah, it's heal 3. All right, so that's going to be heal 6. And Devastator incoming, going to blow up the Snoke. That might be it for Darth. Let's see. I mean, he can run in, and then he gets to heal 5. Then he takes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's still lethal with what he has on board. All right, he's going to slow roll it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Onyx can heal 2. Oh, yeah, and Onyx doesn't even do any damage because of Snoke. That's right. That's going to be 6 and 6, and we're going to game 2. Wow. Darth, despite not getting that ramp card off until late, it was very impactful because it got him to that Devastator turn early, which is what ended up winning him the game. Ben was able to establish a lot of presence, but it didn't quite get him what he needed. So let's take a look at sideboards going into game 2. Ben's got some more stuff for a longer game. He's got the Annihilators in there, and that last game actually ended just before Annihilator would have become a factor, but still might come in. The rest of the stuff looks like it's for aggro. Maybe you bring in extra Chimeras. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you bring in restock. I'm not sure. And on Darth's side, he's also got Annihilators, Palps Returns in there. I imagine those are going to come in. Childson and Confiscate, I don't think do in this matchup. Maybe you bring in Childson, actually. I don't know. You could bring it in if you wanted. All right. For those that are just joining us, this is the top 16. Today we gave players a chance to resubmit their lists in light of the Django ban. Neither of these players chose to. These are both decks that they submitted from the very first start. But no glory only results probably the funniest thing about the mirror. Oh, you're so right. We didn't see one last game. That could be big if it came up, yeah. So like I was saying, we don't have. I haven't published the new deck lists yet, but we have most of them. We have one player that's that had a little conflict and couldn't get theirs in on time, so I granted an extension. But hopefully we'll have them up by tonight, and soon if we don't. All right, Ben getting started here with the Krennic. And it's going to be Piet for Darth. No ramp picked up for Darth this time. Okay, there we go. We see Annihilators from both these players, so we know they're in there. All right, landing shuttle from Darth. Let's take a look at that. For those that don't know, it's just 3 cost, 2/4. When defeated, draw a card. 2 cards if you got Thrawn out there. Ooh, I've just gotten the last deck list. So after this match, we'll post them. All right, Vigilance coming out. Going to clear that Krennic out of here. Annihilator chaining each other seems like a bad. Yeah. All right, so Vigilance, and it looks like Beton is still going for mill here. I mean, I guess it might be a better option than healing 1 damage in expectation. But, I mean, the mill win condition is going to be difficult to achieve. All right, there's that no glory play we have is on the table now. If Darth wants to, he can go no glory, steal the other landing shuttle, and draw 2 with it. Doesn't do it immediately, at least. Probably not planning for that. At least waiting to see what kind of play Beton makes. All right, we're not going to see the no glory play. Just Val. Oh, Confiscate came in. What it did? I may be forgetting any upgrades that are in there, but outside of shields and maybe experience, I don't know anyway. All right, and it looks like Beton is going to do that no glory play. Steal the shuttle and draw 2. Ooh, picks up a Chimera, so he can again draw 2 next turn off of his own shuttle. This could be Beton's path to securing a decisive edge just by getting a bajillion cards. All right, we're going into 6. That's the Thrawn deploy turn for both players. Entrenched is coming to double blue. Does Ben's list have it? I didn't see it when I was looking at it. All right, Ben's gonna deploy his Thrawn here. No immediate answer for Darth. And there's Childson. Not going for the Chimera play just yet. Gonna play a little defense first. Doing so, he does reveal that he has the Annihilator in from the board, which, I mean, you probably expected it anyway. All right, I wonder if Darth is going to attack this Childson. He's got the no glory in hand, which deals with it pretty well. Oh, here's what he's going to do. He's going to go Val, get 2 experience, and he takes the damage. But now this Thrawn is big enough to run over the Childson. All right, Piet, of course, going to be taken off the board there by the Thrawn. Can't allow that stick around for too long. Yeah, it looks like Darth didn't actually attack there, but he took initiative instead. Going up to 7 resources. Darth doesn't really have too many plays. He's only got this No Glory, which, I mean, it's a good card here. But looking at the other side, Darth has a lot of things to do. Or Beton, sorry, has a lot of things to do. All right, so there's going to be the No Glory. Take out the Beton's Childson without having to attack into it. But now Beton basically has free reign to do whatever. Going to crash his own Thrawn in here. That means he might be setting up for like killing Thrawn by going for the Krennic into Vigilance, and that would get him there. But he is going to take at least 1 hit from this Mega Thrawn. Darth playing it aggressively. Could have killed that Krennic. Decided not to. Go for the base damage. All right. And Vigi coming down here. Going for the heal this time instead of the mill. And these shuttles are just looking past each other in the space arena. Fleet Interdictor. That's a nice one for Darth here to pick up. Snoke is also pretty nice at this point. He is on 8 resources. Looks like he's going to resource the Interdictor, which means Snoke is probably the move here, I'm guessing. Exactly. Kills that Krennic, reduces the shuttle to nothing. Counter Snoke from Beton. And so now all of Darth's units are reduced to nothing. Which, I mean, he could run Val into the Snoke and double trigger it, which is maybe not a horrible idea. And yeah, he's going to do that. All right. All right, it looks like Beton is going to use the Val damage to take out that shuttle while the Snoke double trigger isn't online. So it's just going to get 1 card. Or Thrawn double trigger, sorry. So then Darth has this massive Snoke, but Beton's got lots of ways to just kill it outright here. And one of the best might be just playing this Avenger for 9 that he just top decked. Snoke is making the other Snoke juke Fel the Dragon. Yeah. Although not anymore with the buffs. All right. Our first Avenger of the match comes down, and Darth doesn't really have an immediate answer to it. He's just going to play... Okay, so the super laser, playing the super laser here does mean that that Annihilator is going to be online next round. Immediately. But Beton also has the second Avenger in hand, which is just going to come down and kill this Annihilator. So I think we might be going to a game 3. Oh, wait. No, Annihilator kills everything in the hand too, right? So never mind. I'm wrong. He annihilates the other Avenger. Search. Oh, wait. This is also a when defeated ability? I didn't realize it was also a when defeated. That's crazy. So, yeah, he gets to totally take out the Avengers. No, of course, Beton has, his ways of dealing with it. He's got a couple. One of which is, Fell the Dragon. But, like, I mean, either way, Ben's in a really good spot because he's going to be able to go. All right, so he's going to no glory the Annihilator here. And so he gets to run the landing shuttle in, which means Darth now has to find exactly Super Laser Blast, and he doesn't get there. So we will be going to Game 3. We did get to see the Annihilator resolve, which is nice. All right. That was an interesting one. All right, it all comes down to this. I'm going to take a look at that last list that I got. Ooh, this is actually really interesting. Okay. There's some fun stuff in the new lists. All right, looks like Darth heading back into the sideboard here. I'm not sure what else he's looking for. Maybe he's maybe he's bringing in something that he took out. I'm not sure what he would have taken out. Like looking at this deck, I'd probably would have taken out takedowns, maybe. But I think we saw at least one in there. Maybe the Academy graduates. All right, this is what our bracket looks like right now. Some of these decks might change because of the new submissions. But winner of this one gets to play Royal Sabak. Elsewhere, we've got Gerald playing the winner of Hippo and Destiny Raikou, and they should be playing soon. And then we've got Seraph and Quinlan and Wei Yun and DTS, which was going to be a Django mirror, but now thankfully it's going to be something more interesting. And we're getting started with it. Game 3. Maybe put the confiscates back in. Well, he had them in last game. Maybe he only had one a copy and he wanted more. Or maybe you took them out. Yeah. Put them back in the sideboard, that is. All right. And this time he got access to the Super Laser, which is nice. And again, he's going to base there with the Piet. I'm not sure why he's not attacking Pershing. All right. If this Piet sticks around for long enough, Darth has the Reinforcement Walker in hand, which has always been one of the craziest plays with Piet. All right. Pershing picking up a second card. Piet again going to base. And Beton's just going to pass here. Darth has the opportunity to go like Krennic into the shuttle. Yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen. There we go. Ooh. That's a big hand for Darth. Maul, Walker, Annihilator. Unity ramps. Can't get into any of those this turn. Alright, Pershing gonna draw a card. Surely now Darth will kill him. He wanted to leave up that SLT that might cost him it to if no glory is drawn. Oh yeah. Alright, but he does get to pull it off here. Alright, Krennic gonna start work on that Piet. And Krennic again goes to base, doesn't take out the Pershing. I guess he's going aggro here. I mean, a 13-0 lead, you know, can be big in this matchup, but I mean, letting Ben get this many cards, difficult. Barrage picked up. We haven't actually seen a Barrage played, I believe, this match. So that could be massive. So could this Maul in Darth's hand. Was he actually going to resource the Barrage? He's thinking about it. No, he's going to resource Walker. Interesting. I guess maybe he was counting on the Piet play, and now that's not going to happen. All right, if you want to play Maul, the time is now. Or Barrage, actually. Now would be the time. All right, going to be a bit aggressive there and go for the shuttle. Prevent it from being sniped by the CR90. All right, Vigi. For healing. Beton seems as wised up to the fact that he can't mill out a Data Vault deck. All right, it's going to be Maul, not the Barrage play. Makes a lot of sense here. Get 5 on base. Kill the Pershing while he's still ready. So to deny the card draw. Boom. Take nothing in return. Have that big threat out there. Onyx Squadron Brute deployed to the ground arena. 19-0 for Darth. And Beton has to claim early before deploying his Thrawn. Beton does have Super Laser Blast in hand, but he's got to get to one more turn to be able to use it. All right, fell the dragon. Coming in right away. Here. All right, CR90, first blood on Darth's base and gets a couple of restore from it. Let's see, how many resources is that? That's 8 for Darth, which means he can play Barrage plus another card here. And it is going to be Barrage. Probably Is he gonna kill? Oh, he's gonna kill his own Val to double trigger it. That's kind of insane, actually. All right, that makes Thrawn 8 attack, 10 for this turn. All right, he's gonna Merciless Contest, which keeps him in it for now, double triggering the Onyx to heal 4. And he's gonna take the 10. Does he have a way to... to kill? Yeah, no, I think he just has to play this Super Laser Blast. That's his only way of killing this Thrawn. Beton, by the way, still hasn't deployed his own Thrawn. All right. Blast is going to come out here. And he does get to double trigger the CR90. Heal 6. But... Darth does have some nice follow-ups here. Gonna use Chimera, trigger the Cobb. Doesn't get to double trigger it, unfortunately, because the Thrawn is exhausted. But let's see, next turn Devastator is gonna be online for Darth, which is gonna be massive. Ben does have an Avenger in hand, but it's okay. All right, yeah. So the Commando should be in the discard, right? So now he's gonna get his second Cobb trigger. And is this one a miss? No, he got the Onyx. He got the Onyx on the end there. This is fun, guys. I'm enjoying this Thrawn mirror. I might have to sit down and play this. I don't know if it's good or if it's. I mean, I think it's good. I don't know if it's better than like Kira or something, but this looks kind of crazy. Both these decks actually, like for different reasons, also. All right, going into 10 resources for Darth, 9 for Beton, because Darth did ramp. What's going to be the play? Could be Snoke. That big subsets here, but even Snoke, sorry, is not all that impactful here. Yeah, the Val plays are kind of nuts. Yeah. Healing 6 FCR90, pretty crazy. Yeah. All right, just gonna start with an Onyx here. I wonder if Darth has the option of just ramming this Commando in to kill Thrawn if he uses. He does have to use his double trigger early, but he might be fine with that. You know, just trading these ground units. All right, no, he's gonna be aggressive. All right, I think that might have been the punish. Right, he gets to double trigger Onyx. All right, going 2 to base with the Commando, and I guess he's gonna get that trade anyway that I was talking about, because Thrawn goes into it. Played it in Gar, or the Val trying to play it. Gar bumping up your units with Gar. Yeah. She's kind of crazy. All right. Going into the next round. 11 resources available for Darth. That's Annihilator territory. All right. 5 to base going in there from the Chimera. Does Beton have what it takes to stop this? See, he can go... He can, yeah. He can go Perilous the Onyx, attack into it, then he has power for the Chimera. But if Darth plays anything else, I don't think there's anything that can be done to stop that. All right, there's Reinforcement Walker. He's thinking about whether or not to keep this card. He's only taking 6 damage, so yeah, I'm just gonna chuck it. Let's see, what can he do here? He can. So all right, Ben's gonna claim. Ben does have Annihilator in hand, but I mean, Annihilator can only stop one thing. He's really gotta hope he draws a Super Laser Blast, and he didn't. Does he have an out here? I don't think he does. I'm not seeing one, at least. Is there something you can do with double triggering? No, because he's got to heal 5. Actually, he's got to heal 6 because of the Walker. So you go Annihilator, knock out the Walker, but then he dies to Chimera. The Annihilator's not Sentinel or anything. I think we got it, folks. No more walkers left in there for Darth. I think that makes sense. He did resource the other earlier. And Chimera just does it. All right, good game. That was a tight Thrawn mirror. And Darth saying, you know, bring another color in, join the Thrawn, have a blast. That's more important than getting the cheap vigilances. All right. Thrawn enemy with Chimera being fitting. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. As soon as this goes offline, I'm going to go post all the new lists. There's some fun ones in there. They'll be on our TTI Substack. And yeah, it's everything. We're doing a coverage of a 1K in Madison, Wisconsin this weekend. And the balances will be in effect then. So thank you all for tuning in. Remember to always take the initiative.